and welcome back to Expresso on SABC3, your feel-good breakfast show. And of course, it's so nice to be able to lie in bed during winter just a little bit longer and watch Expresso show. I am not a fan of cold weather, but I am a fan of winter garments, like hoodies and stockings and snoods and scarves. So much fun to wear, but of course, not so much fun when you have to clean them. So why don't we go over to our washing expert, Ethne Whitley, as she gives us some great tips on how to look after our winter garments.
Better clean and care than leading auto powders. Want your winter wardrobe to last? Need to save money on dry cleaning bills? Today we bring you pro tips for caring for wool and knitted clothing.
Ethne, winter is here and it's time to bring out those woolies, and there's nothing quite like the smell of a fresh wool garment, but some other time you're going to need to wash them.
It's a good idea to actually refresh them after they've been stored through summer. Go through all of your woolies and see which of them are really machine washable, which need to be hand washed, and sometimes with very special garments they do need to be dry cleaned. If you look at a very lacy garment like this is a blend. It's actually woolen and silk. It can stretch and it can snag in the machine, so that one we would set aside for hand washing. This is a garment that has special trims, so you actually have a fabric trim on a knitted garment. And what I would do here is I would follow the instructions on the garment label, because it will tell us exactly what to do. And generally what you would do here is wash it at the mildest program compatible with one or both of these particular types of fibres, but that would be machine washable. Now this is lamb's wool, and it actually has some very special trims on it. It has these little diamante things. There is no way that you can wash that in a machine. In fact, I wouldn't even wash this by hand. This needs to be dry cleaned.
Carefully look at labels if you do machine wash your heavy wool garments. Pick the gentlest program because these fibres need only a very short spin, otherwise they become shapeless.
And now we're looking at something which is actually a lurex jersey. Lurex is a very special type of fibre, and it can be very easily snagged, which means that you'll get pulls on the actual jersey itself, and of course you don't want it to go down. I would wash this in the machine. I would wash it in a hand wash program, but I would put it into a pillowcase. That actually protects the garment. It also stops it from stretching. Your day-to-day things. I mean, obviously we wear these sorts of jerseys very often, but you need to take care of them, because if you don't, they are going to become misshapen and you're not going to get your value out of the garment. So when you're washing, always check the label. It's absolutely critical to know how to care for anything that you're washing. And of course, if you're using skip, it's ideal for washing by hand because it protects the actual shape of the garment and the colour.
So how do you go about hand washing a jersey properly?
Let me show you. First of all, get some lovely tepid water.
And for an extra foamy wash, use 2 caps of Skip liquid detergent. Handle each jersey gently so it keeps its shape.
Let's take this jersey, going to put it in here, and first of all you make sure that it's properly immersed in the water, and then you literally take it and you squeeze it like that to wash it. You never ever rub or scrub a knitted garment. And then when you lift the jersey, now to take it out of the wash water, because you're going to rinse it, you support it with both hands like that, because you don't want it to stretch. If you lift it up and you've got the weight of the water in the jersey, it will stretch the jersey. So you make sure that you're actually supporting it with both hands. And essentially you press out any of the excess water, set it aside, and then rinse it 2 or 3 times until you're sure that you've got all of that detergent out of the jersey. And then when you finally rinsed it, you put in a few drops of comfort, and that actually conditions the fibres. It realigns them, brings them back into the format they were in before, and makes the garment very much easier to wear.
So Ethne, your top wool washing tip for the day?
Always, always, always ensure that you have read that label and that you know that it's washable and how to wash it. Because if you make a mistake, you are going to damage it permanently. There's no going back on it. So check the label, make sure that you wash it as stipulated on the label.
Lastly, dry your jerseys on a towel on a flat surface away from direct sunlight. To make them last longer, air them out after you wear them. Have a snuggly winter. Better clean and care than leading auto powders. Stay with Expresso and SABC3.